Browns have a mess next year with $46 million still fully guaranteed due to Deshaun Watson, $46 million in 2026 fully guaranteed and due and owing to Deshaun Watson. It's not like they're going to be able to go out and sign whatever free agent might be available and pay them whatever the market would bear for that skill level and experience level. Jameis is there and he wants to stay.
He's making every throw. He's throwing it to the other team. The other team's returning it for touchdowns. Then he's just forgetting about it and throwing another touchdown.
They got to win thanks to Jameis. Y'all know who he is. He'll give you great numbers. The Ravens had him. Remember Hamilton dropped that pick? Mm-hmm. And the next play, what did Jameis do? Come back and throw the game-winning touchdown.
Okay, have we had enough yet? Can we please stop pretending that Jameis Winston can take you anywhere? He can't, and he never has. In fact, Jameis Winston... My friends and I are seeing Gladiator this week. I'm pretty excited about it. Look, this is his 10th season in the NFL. In 10 seasons, he's had 2 winning records. His second season, when he led the Buccaneers to a 9-7 season where they still missed the playoffs. And in 2021, he went on a 5-2 stretch for the Saints. Those are the only 2 seasons where he finished the year with a winning record for games he started that year. He has 3 career wins since 2022. Look, I know he's funny. His teammates seem to love him. Personally, I find him remarkably annoying. I don't like when someone thinks they have the right to tell me how I should feel about a 30-time accused predator getting hurt.
I'm grateful that I had a chance to serve Deshaun, but I am very upset with the reaction to a man that has had the world against him for the past 4 years.
And that's particularly rich coming from a man who was twice accused of predatory behavior, including an incident where Florida State paid nearly $1 million to make the case go away, and then a second incident where Winston settled with an Uber driver who accused him of grabbing her genital area. If you want details on that, I did break all of that down in a different YouTube video. I'll put it on the end screen for my YouTube viewers. But the bottom line is this: Jameis Winston will never take your team where you want to go. He had one season where he was actually pretty impressive. He threw for over 5,000 yards and 33 touchdowns. He rushed for another touchdown. Look, those are really great numbers. You know what happened after that season? Bruce Arians cut him. You know why Bruce Arians cut him? Because with those 33 touchdowns came 30 interceptions. I mean, talk about an ESPN 30 for 30. You know what the Buccaneers did the very season after that? They won a Super Bowl. And I won't pretend that adding Tom Brady, Rob Gronkowski, Antonio Brown, Leonard Fournette, I won't pretend that those aren't significant moves that definitely improve a team. Of course they were. But even once those guys were gone, you know, Gronkowski played for another year and then retired. Antonio Brown, we all remember how that ended. He left. But even with those guys gone, Brady still led the Buccaneers back into the playoffs. Even without those players, Baker Mayfield led the Buccaneers to the playoffs. In Brady's last year and Baker last year, those guys did it with the same receivers that Jameis had when he was there. Really, last night was a microcosm of Jameis Winston's career. Look, he threw for nearly 500 yards last night. He threw 4 touchdowns. Those are great numbers. He also threw 3 interceptions, 2 of which were returned for touchdowns. In a night where Jerry Jeudy was exacting his revenge on the Denver Broncos, the team that drafted him, every catch he was hearing Steve Smith's voice in his head calling him a jag. That means just a guy.
I'm sorry that I said you were a jag, just a guy who's an average wide receiver they use a first-round pick on that isn't doing anything. I hope today that you actually show up in a way that you haven't showed up in the last couple of years since they drafted you. So if you ever got a problem with Agent 89, I'm sorry for saying that you're an average wide receiver that they eventually will move on. And when teams call me and asking, should they trade for you? I will say no, don't trade for Jerry Jeudy because he's mentally unable to handle constructive criticism from people who watch specifically, can he be a wide receiver? He could be a wide receiver. He's a tier 3. Go back into the studio. I'm done now. Thank you.
Every big play, he was looking over the Broncos sideline like, oh, you think I was the problem? I mean, it really should have been a huge night for Jerry Jeudy. Not only was Jerry Jeudy on pace to beat the team that gave up on him, but he did it with over 200 receiving yards. I mean, the dude was just unstoppable last night. He was a force, and that should have been enough for a Browns win. A Browns win, by the way, that would have allowed for them to at least be delusional and think they still had a shot at the playoffs. You know, a lot of seasons 9-8 is a good enough record to get you in. I don't think of this season because with the Broncos and the Chargers sitting at 4-5 losses, it's hard to picture 9-8 getting it done. Please remember to like and subscribe to help the channel grow. I do work hard on these videos. I'm Seattle Mike on the mic. I'll catch you guys next time. Later.